Many of Africa's downfalls were not because our ancestors were weak, but often betrayal, manipulation, and misplaced trust opened the doors for conquest. Let me break it down with raw facts. 1. The power of divide and rule. European colonizers knew they could not easily defeat African kingdoms head-on, so they exploited rivalries between clans, tribes, and rulers. In the Kingdom of Congo, the Portuguese initially came as traders and friends. They baptized the king, promising trade and protection. But once trust was built, they sowed divisions, supporting one royal faction against another, until the kingdom collapsed into war and thousands were enslaved. In Benin, before the 1897 punitive expedition, the British tried to exploit palace insiders and rivals of the Oba to weaken the state. When the Oba resisted, they found allies within who leaked information and allowed the invasion to succeed. 2. Greed of local chiefs. Not every betrayal came from outsiders. Some African chiefs and rulers, tempted by European goods like guns, liquor, and cloth, sold their own people into slavery. They believed they were trading prisoners of war or criminals, not realizing the scale of destruction this trade would bring. By the time they saw the truth, it was too late. 3. Spiritual disarmament. Many ancestors trusted that treaties sealed with oaths and spiritual bonds would hold weight. When they made agreements with Europeans, they assumed those men feared the wrath of gods and ancestors like they did. But Europeans had no intention of honoring those sacred bonds. They signed treaties with one hand and broke them with the other. This trust in the sacred was exploited, leaving kingdoms exposed. 4. Internal betrayal and jealousy. History also shows us how envy within royal courts weakened African unity. In Asante, Ghana, rival chiefs sometimes sided with the British for personal gain, undermining the Asantehene, the king. In Dahomey, present-day Benin Republic, factions competing for succession often opened the door for foreign influence. When brothers turned against brothers, enemies slipped in with ease. 5. The illusion of friendship. At first, colonizers did not come openly with war. They came with gifts, trade, missionaries, and promises. Many ancestors believed these foreigners could be partners, but slowly, friendship turned into domination. By the time they realized the trap, the enemy was already inside the gates. It wasn't that our ancestors did not fight. They fought bravely. From the Zulu under Shaka, to the Ethiopians under Menelik II, to the warriors of Benin, Dahomey, and the Mau Mau in Kenya. But betrayal, manipulation, and internal division weakened the shield. And once the shield was cracked, the colonizers struck with full force. We have to learn from the past to better shape the future.